Mr. Corn Baby. Huh. Oh. Don't blink, it's your brain. Welcome to the first video of today, and it is a breakfast video. It is a intro video. Hope you're doing well on this new the month. Wake up is the first of the month. It is the 1st September 2025. Today we have an amazing day ahead of us. Woke up about an hour ago. Again, I was supposed to wake up a bit earlier, but I didn't. So we posted a lot. Today we have a microwave cooked hot dog. This is bad boys. Delightful. Look like a burnt finger. Today we're going to my father's house. Some pizza on the menu. But before that, so of course, pizza on the menu equals no TikTok flags. They're super nice. The plan today is a couple of videos, but mostly Prison Break. We got 4 days for that, so we should be okay. After we finished season 3, we only have 4 days to do season 4, which is only 2 episodes. But here's the good news. Here is the good news. Look at this selfie. Yesterday alone we did 10 episodes. See if I can do that twice. We're good. Anyway, let's get this day started. It's kind of busy. Love you guys. Take it easy. Peace. Don't blink, it's your brain. Welcome to the show. Because doing walks are having a wonderful day on this 6th day of our tower, the new tower, which is part 4, which is the Resistance. We started on the 27th, so 4th day is what? It is the 1st September 2025. Today we're doing a tower talk. I got a lot of talk. I have got a lot of things to tell you. I got some great news yesterday. Because this game is starting to be a bit more idle. Like I can go 40, 50 waves at a time without touching it. Here's a good thing. Because I was bored, I bought Mojo and Mojo for these. And I gotta say, we did pretty freaking good. I have to try to finish it as much as possible at the event. I got another great news. So I'm sorry to say, and I know that you guys are gonna be pissed, but I'm still recording, thank God. When I'm going to be doing the history of the tower, the Resistance, The Matrix event is not gonna be the first one. I started out the second week on a Wednesday, so it doesn't count. The first event is gonna be a Cthulhu. I'm a big fan of H.P. Lovecraft, so this is really cool. And the Rise of Cthulhu is a new event. Again, this doesn't mean that this is a paid, but the cool thing is we'll have, my apologies, a new event on all four playthroughs to start. Now, as it is, for the shield is super good. Super good when it comes to the new module, which is the third black hole. The pulsar reducing the mass. I don't know what it does. I do not know what it does. So I'll have to check it out. You know what? I'll read it out. Yes, I'll make another video reading it out, saying, hey, this is the mass, answering my question about the game. That's a good idea. Now for the resistance. We didn't do that good. However, today's gonna be perfect because we managed to do. Oh, I messed up. We managed to do a tier 240, which is workshop utility. Yeah, workshop attack workshop. I don't remember. It's a new one. It's a new one. See, this is the thing. The game moves so much that I don't know what's going on. So, for example, there's a new lab, and when I unlock those new labs, it was still normal reward. So the fact that they changed the reward, kind of nuts. So today is still a plan of making it as good as possible. We have a little bit of an issue. I'm going to see my fathers today. Because I'm going to see my fathers today, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do I don't know if I'm going to be able to do what should I call it? A idle play, but I'm gonna try. And if it works, it works. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But at least we tried. So I'm super excited. Let's get this day started. The goal today. Oh, we did lap speed, which is great, and we did what? We did game speed, which is also great. See, to be completely honest, I think labs at this point, lab speed is almost as good as game speed because the game speed I'm gonna get. For example, the game speed is 1 day, so lab speed is gonna lower that down. In the perfect world, we're getting that to a level where I can do it as I sleep. What I think I'm gonna do, I'm gonna do health regen, and I'm gonna do defense. That's too expensive. The reason as to why is we are mainly gonna be focusing on tier 2 today. The goal today is to get to tier 3. Bad news, my favorite skin, which is the one we're using in Shield, which is the mushroom, is a paid skin, so yeah. That's it. The resistance that would be really cool is I had this idea for farmer. I would love a skin that is kind of like a wheat flour. I would love that. I would absolutely love that. Anyway, I have lots of stuff to do. So I'm gonna end here, but not before. There you go. My apologies. Okay. Don't blink, it's your buddy. Welcome to the show. Because I'm doing having a wonderful day on this 1st September 2025. As you can see, we're gonna be working a little bit. Today video is called Death of Treating. So this is a video that I want to do because we did yesterday. Yesterday I went on a bike and it was not planned. So it's a long story, but it's a very long story. But I'll try to do it nicely. So what exactly happened yesterday was I wanted to do Prison Break because we have to finish Prison Break this week. It's the 3rd, which is today is a Monday. We have to do it for Thursday, right? So on Thursday, I have to finish with Prison Break. Yesterday I wanted to do it. However, my neighbor were having a party, which is completely amazing. Bye. Oh, I have to do this also. Wait a second. Maybe we have a problem. Ooh, we have 2 days. We're good. Yeah, we're good. Because we do some clips. I didn't do clips since we started the playthrough, which was a week, 4 days ago. So we're still good. Okay, back to focusing, please. Thank you so much. So yesterday I go out because they're making music, and I'm like, dude, I'm nervous because first of all I'm watching more and more Prison Break, which is good, but I don't remember if I watch like 4 or 5 episodes, I have such an easy time to do it. If I watch, like, we watched the first season, and then I went to review it, and I'm like, I don't know what happened, you know? Not because I didn't remember, because we watched so much that I'm like, yeah, I don't remember what exactly happened here. So, I go out. Usually I don't go out. Usually when I go out, I have a subject plan. I'm like, what I'll do is I'll send my video. This is something I told I talked about before. And what I'll do is I'll prepare a couple of subjects. For example, I'll start my day and we'll have 7 subjects, right? Now, here's the thing, right? What I'll do usually, and I love doing this because I think this is the smartest thing to do. So what I love to do is I do 7, example, I have 7 subjects. I always keep 2 off. Why? I want to have one if I go on a bike ride, because I like to go out a little bit. I want to do one if I'm doing a TikTok live and there's nobody. So this is what I want to do. So yesterday, we went on a bike ride, but I didn't have anything because I was like, okay, well, today you're focusing on prison break. So I decided to just be open and honest about it with you. And I was feeling the death of creativity. Now, just to be clear, this is not a recap, this is not a repeat of yesterday. It's a completely different videos, but some same subject will be, look at me, professional, will be looked at. So death of creativity yesterday was more so, and if I had to be honest, I think this is more so like a part than a continuation. Oh, a little bee. My favorite bee. I love these. Just find them majestic, beautiful coloring, deadly, but with a sense of society, which is pretty good. So the death of creativity was yesterday was. I was looking at myself and I'm hard on myself, right? And I was comparing it to last year. Comparing myself to last year, how much I worked, how much I created, how creative I felt. I feel like last year we went above and beyond. And yesterday was the perfect day because it was nice outside, but it was kind of cold. So, what was I talking about? Yeah, longer form content is more my style. It's something that I prefer watching, and it's something that I prefer doing. So, technically speaking, something that you're gonna prefer watching or viewing is something that you prefer making because you relate to that more and you appreciate that more as a content. Like painters, so chances are I'm gonna be a painter. I love music, chances are I'm gonna be playing music, something like that, right? So, and then I was doing the recap and I was like, this is not creative. This is not from here, right? The recap in itself, and maybe I'm just in denial, but you also need to bring something. You need to make it creative because people love this. People absolutely love this. And the idea came from TikTok. The idea came from TikTok because I was seeing short edits of. I was seeing edits of people like texting me, which is a great thing, but not when I'm working. I was seeing the edits, and I'm like, dude, this show is 90. And some of those edits were really well made, and I'm like, okay, well, I know the show. This is an edit. To me, this feels a bit lazy because you took a show, but this edit is really a lot better than the other one. So this is quality, and this is creative. And I started being more open-minded about these edits, and I'm like, wow, that's really an art, right? So maybe creativity was in there to put these things together. But then editing is also different, also like recapping. Those moments of the show that really touched you, that really meant something to you, can mean nothing to somebody else. Because they meant something to you, you'll talk about it, right? That's pretty much it. So long story short, I did that, I did this, and I was like, maybe there's less creativity. We're still making content. Maybe we're making less content, but we're still making content. Now I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place. The rock is the fact that we're doing something that's a lot healthier. The thing that's a lot healthier is we're not overloading ourselves with work, which is a good thing. The thing that is a bit more healthy is also the fact that I'm doing content I want to do. Now, technically, that's not true. But guess what? This is great also. Last year, I was doing content that I wanted to do. Because it's all a case of last year and this year. Is there a lot of evolution between last year and this year? No. Is there a lot of evolution between 28 years of my life in making content? Absolutely. But, you know, it's baby steps, and we're baby steps in the right direction. Although there's not a lot of improvement since last year, I do believe that we're walking in the right direction. I had a mishaps and I said wrong direction. possibly the wrong direction. Who knows? Um, because last year, I have this friend. I have to talk about this. This is nothing to do with the video, but I have to talk about this. My friend, I'm not gonna say his name because I don't want to talk shit, but he had these new braces, and they're very uncomfortable because they're big, right? And he keeps on licking the braces because it's uncomfortable. And I try to tell him, dude, don't do that because you're gonna have you're gonna have a habit. And then even when he's not gonna have the braces, he'll do like that. And I'm telling him, bro, that's not good. That's not good. Trying to help a brother out, you know. But hey, we'll see. With the content last year, wasn't what I want. Okay, so today I'm talking about this. I'll talk about this. I'll talk about this. And last year, it was insane because it was a creativity. It was a creativity. For example, I was doing a video in the morning, and from that video, I was able to do two. Okay, I can talk about this. I can talk about this. Right? The problem with that is I don't remember all my videos, so I possibly repeat myself a lot, and that's a problem because that's a quantity versus quality. Quantity doesn't equate to no quality. Quantity equates to more, right? Not better, but more. However, if you repeat yourself, it's not more, it's less. It's less. Understand? And compared to last year, it's very different, right? And this year, I'm like, okay, well, what's the plan? And this year, am I doing what I want? I'm not doing what I want. And this is also important. Most of them that I do lately, I don't want to do them. I don't want to do them. Here's why. Last week we did, not last month we did Lost. I love Lost. I love Lost. But would I do 3 weeks of only Lost? No. Would I do 3 weeks of only Prison Break? No. Would I do... Next month's gonna be The Good Place and Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Do I want to do that? No. But if I don't do them, I'm not gonna be able to do it. Right? So I'm forcing myself to make content. And there's still a desire there. See, desire isn't mental. Desire is instinct. I was doing a video about, I think it was 2 weeks ago, and I'm on the balcony making videos, and I'm starting to hear fireworks. And I'm like, there's no way. And I keep on hearing them. I rush to film the fireworks. I had the wrong phone. The quality was disgusting, but I still rushed to see the fireworks. And at the end of the day, we got to see the fireworks. You know, there's still a desire to be there. So the content is possibly less creative, yes. I possibly work way less, but it's different. I think this is also a strength. I think life is different. I think you go through X, Y, Z, and it makes you better. We have to go through X, Y, Z, right? If you only stay in X, you only stay in X. If you only stay in Y, you only stay in Y, and that's not good. So I think in this part, I'm a bit better, you know? But then again, time will tell. You see, this is the problem with always making different content. It's so complex. But basically how it works is either you make different content, always make different content, and then you run out of idea, right? And then you're boring because you always talk about the same stuff. Or you make the same context, but the second actually step out of that zone of comfort, people don't watch you because you're so used. How many Fortnite streamer of Fortnite is there? And I love Fortnite, don't get me wrong, but I wouldn't play Fortnite my whole year, you know? So it's tough. But then in these cases, what you do is you make the bag. You do it for 2 or 3 years, you make the bag. Then you just leave. One of them that did really well is Stephanie So. Stephanie So got known for mukbang content, and she's pretty interesting, but her real passion is crime killers. So she has a podcast called Rotten Mangoes. She's about killing. So that she did pretty well. But who else is trying to? Well, you know who else did it? PewDiePie. But PewDiePie is so odd. It's so odd because it's such a good example too. He went from gaming, and then he did some React content. And people weren't so down with the React content. And then he started doing dad pie. which is, you know what I just realized? That pie, more pie. Ugh. PewDiePie, more pie. We started doing content, and it was pretty nice because we started doing content as a father, with new life, real life vlog, which worked, which is amazing. But then, at the same time, we look at a person like Jesse Ridgway, which is Mike Tucker Nuggets, right? And Mike Tucker Nuggets, who did a series representing his real life, but when he showed his real life, nobody cared. Nobody cared. So that sucks. That sucks. And then you're asking yourself the question, do I have to force myself to be creative because my life sucks so badly that nobody cares, right? And if I have to force myself to be creative, I'm not being creative. I'm not forcing creativity. What you're seeing is not creativity, it's despair. You know what that makes me feel like? Super Eight. Super Eight tells you, hey, we need a new idea, we need a new toy to sell. And if you don't sell that new toy, we're gonna have to lay off people. So the inspiration, people come up with an idea, oh, we could do that, we could do this, we could do this. Out of 100 ideas. That's such a good idea. Oh my god. Out of 100 ideas, there's 3 that are good. Right? Like, okay, well, you have 3 ideas, and all the rest is crap. The problem with me is I'll take the 100 idea, I'll make 100 videos. You understand? So yeah. Anyway, food for thought. I'm gonna let you guys go. I have to do some content for the my apologies. That was disgusting for prison break. Off to the bathroom. Ow. Nope. Do this, do this.
Where you want me to shoot my cruise first? In the bun or in the oven?
Then we have a fight. Go on.
Okay. Toilet time. I have to go to the bathroom. I have to go to the bathroom. And it was really nice. It was really nice because he was like, hey, this is a good idea. I was like, hey, did you have my tennis racket? It's like, no, you didn't use it, so we gave it away. I said, there's no problem. So this is a good, really good idea to do a sport alone. So sadly, this plan won't work. But if what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to buy one from Amazon, cheaper at least. And yeah, it could be a really good idea because I want to lose some weight, but just always being on the treadmill, always working out, it seems a bit boring. I want to do more than that, and this could be a good way. So let me know what you think in the comments. Again, the conversation with my father. I'm not gonna record a conversation with my father, obviously, but it was really nice. He was like, "Hey, this is a really good idea. I'm proud of you," and it was nice because he see me doing an effort, right? So my father doesn't say I'm proud of you a lot, but when he says it, you know. So yeah, let me know what you think about the comments. Okay, she does work right now. Oh, that work right now. Mama, didn't mean to make you cry. But I'm not back again this time tomorrow. Mama, who is you? Didn't mean to make you cry. When I'm not back again this time tomorrow. Oh, 25% no. Mama, woo woo woo. Didn't mean to make you cry. If I'm not back again this time tomorrow. Didn't mean to make you cry. If I'm back again this time. Okay, so before we delete, let's make sure that this is good. Let's make sure this is good. You're so loud. You're so loud. Didn't mean to make you cry, but I'm not back again this time tomorrow. Okay. Don't blink, it's your boy Ink. Gonna come to our show because you guys doing well, having a wonderful day on this glorious 1st September 2025. Today I'm coming to you with another Prison Break. You guys have been liking the content already. A lot of people are, a lot of the views that I get are about Prison Break. So super thankful that you like doing that. I'm at 90%, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do as much as possible, and then we'll just leave, and then I'll come back with a charger and things like that, right? So Prison Break, I'm going in straight in, guys. Season 3, Eye for an Eye. So yeah, so you remember that Michael and Wrestler, they got into the fight. Michael threw the chicken feet, which because Sarah died, so this is pretty bad. We got Sucre being part of the plan. And this is just amazing because we wanted Sucre to be part of the plan. I gotta say, as much as I love Sucre being part of the plan, I don't like it as much as Michael and Lincoln. Since he doesn't know, he thinks that Lincoln is getting too close to the wife of wrestler. And it's like, yo, you're getting pretty close, dude. And that's dangerous. We got Mahone transfer with this. And this is amazing because they're telling him with, I don't know with this guy. They're telling him, hey, this is your chance to be. And the reality is, this is said later on. The reality is, the only reason that he's getting a plea deal, the only reason why he's getting a forgiveness is because Agent Lang was there to help him out. We're making so much. Holy bro. There you go. I'm getting 100,000. This is insane. Right? So Michael's plan was to call out wrestlers to make a diversion, make enough noise to destroy the fence. So this is the reason as to why. Bellick learns that Sarah is dead. And you know what's insane? Usually you don't care about what Bellick thinks, but for Sarah, he knew Sarah. So this is way more important. Lincoln goes to do the exchange, which is I don't remember what he's exchanging. Basically, he has a exchange for him and Lincoln Jr. Now, the craziest thing is, in this exchange, we'll see 3 body bags. One for him, one for Michael, and one for LJ. So they go in, they crack the window open, everybody's waiting. Battle. But we guys know that there's no battle, so it's kind of nuts. It is kind of nuts. So we have all of this. Now, here's the cool thing. They were expecting a glare from the sunlight at 3:13, but guess what? There's a cloud, so no glare. Sammy is looking for them. He's like, yo, where the hell are they? This is kind of nuts. Something is definitely wrong here. They go in, but guess what? The cloud goes away. We don't have time. The cloud goes away, and the cloud comes back, and the glare is there. So what they do is they go back. They don't have time to fight. They don't have time to escape. So this is gonna be a problem because they have this literal. But it's gonna be a problem. It's gonna be saving their life also. So they have this literal ladder, and with the ladder, what they do is they have the ladder, and the ladder will fall. So then they're looking to fight and fight. I gotta say, this is a weird thing because wrestler really have some good skills. Really have some good skills in fighting, which is possibly because he's working for the company, right? The girlfriend of Link betrays him, but the only reason she betrays him is because she thinks that he's gonna betray wrestler. He thinks that she's bringing wrestler to get killed. So they're trading the life of Michael for wrestler, which is not true. Now this is what's good. You don't know. You don't know that wrestler is working for the company. You don't know. Do you know what you know though? You know what you know? You know that wrestler working for the company and his wife doesn't know. So when his wife thinks that they're gonna trade wrestler for Michael, it makes sense. But if she knows he's working for the company, it's like, they're not gonna kill him, they wanna save him. So now we got the guard that's all drugged up. We got wrestler coming in. Now here's the thing, we get a second one of those. And like, wow, this is the gel. And guess what? They killed one of Lechero's guy. Why is that important? Because Lechero's like, yo, this was one of your guard cells. So they kill one of his guys. Lechero power only hangs by force. The more guy is losing, the more force he's losing. The more force he's losing, the more influence he's losing. Mahone is there talking to Lang, and Lang is saying like, yo, we're really gonna have a problem. There's a really sweet scene between Mahone and Lang where she tells him, I can tell you're using because my brother was a user. Which is kind of crazy because Sarah said the same thing. So Mahone, the fun fact about Mahone is he doesn't look like a junkie, right? He doesn't look like a junkie. However, to a junkie, he looks like a junkie. A duck will quack and look like a duck. There was this story when I was a young kid. It was a story. It was about a group of duck, right? In the group of duck, they were going out. There was this duck that was always different, right? And then the dog grew up, and we realized what he was different. It was a swan. Why that's so important? Because the bullied kid ended up being the best. But that's not the truth. You can pretend that you're a dog for as long as it takes. At the end, we'll know who you are. That's my take from the story. Right? It was a fable. So now they're going to do the train. Gretchen knows he's lying. This is a really good thing. Gretchen has a guy posted out of the jail. They say, okay, well, hey, he's lying, or no, he's not lying. So why is this super good? Well, this is super good because it's a smart thing to know. And again, Gretchen says that she's smart, but is Gretchen smart? Yes, but Gretchen's smart because she has resources. Think of these resources. She's the smartest cookie in the box. So they do the trade, and then they trade Gretchen for this, and this is really bad. This is really bad. Sucre is in a bad spot because he literally got into a battle. Now because of the this is super cool. This is super cool because the laws of the chicken foot, and it's nice because, and I didn't mention this enough, but I saw more of the season 2. The chicken foot, why it's so important? It's not important. It's just two people fighting. And most of the people that are gonna fight are gonna be red caps. People we don't know, people we don't care about, people that don't have something to do with the story. However, it's a system of rule. The chicken foot, although at the bottom of the pyramid when it comes to the nation of Sona, it's still something that matters. You know, that's important. Lechero says, yo, guess what? There's only one person in the jail, in the church, that will do everything to get away. And that's Michael Scofield. And Lechero says, okay, well, I'm losing guys left and right. Okay, so he lost 2 guys. The first guy was the guy that betrayed him. The second guy was his friend. So he's losing a power. So Lechero's like, yo, it's gonna have my head. I might not be able to get out of here with a pardon because I have 5 lifetimes. But I can be out of here with an escape. And if I can get the escape, I'm good. I'm as good as a free man. And he has I don't know what you call it, but it's like freckles here, right? A bit of larger freckles, just like Morgan Freeman. So this is a little bit of play on the word. Mahone comes in Mahone, you can actually tell that he's a junkie. See, Mahone case is amazing, amazing. Why? Because just like his mental state, his physical state deteriorates the longer he doesn't have drugs. So in the beginning he's able to fake, but then after that he's not able to. What I'm thinking I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have to, well, at 30%, so halftime. We have another scene. Bellic is like, yo, I know if you're trying to get away, I want to get out of here. Which is really good. We have the truth, but this is a really good scene. The truth that Gretchen comes to see Wrestler. She never did before. Wrestler like, don't come here, people will see you. You know who sees it? Michael. This is kind of important. Okay, 12%. I'm in Damas, but let's stop here and then let's start again. Damas. Why am I in Damas? Because I'm in Damas because with the current length, okay, let's do more. With the current length of the video, I'll notice this is not a prison break. Yeah. Or what I could do is 2 parts. The second part is longer. That way the second part I'll know that it's a prison break. And because I know the second part is a prison break, I know the first part is a prison break. That's good. I'm gonna go, I'm gonna charge the batteries a little bit, and I'll be right back. Didn't mean to make you cry. I'm not back again this time. Tomorrow. Didn't mean to make you cry. Mama, who didn't mean to make you cry. If I'm not back again this time tomorrow. Such a good song. Okay, so Sammy comes in with Lechero. It's like, yo, what are we gonna do? You're ruling with strength. We're not that strong. We only have 3 people left. Me, you, and what do you call it? That's a funny name. That's why I laughed. I was remembering when I laughed, but I don't remember now. Something like Stumpy? Something like that? Yeah, I think it's Stumpy. Which is not funny because you should make fun of people that are handicapped, but T-Bag's an asshole, so he deserves it. She tells him that she has to kill Michael, which is kind of like a big problem. Oh, there you go. Perfect. It's Sammy. That's the talk. Okay, so this is the problem. This is the problem when you watch a lot of episodes. This is something that happened. I thought it was the first scene. No, it's the second scene. Is it a big deal? No, it's still. The Kemp. Yeah, that's a Kemp. Yeah. So they want to have one of his crew with Sammy, which is kind of a problem because do I believe Sammy is okay? Let's put it like that, right? And again, humor me. Sammy is the guy that betrayed C-Note. C-Note was a really good person, and then he was doing well, but he started working with Tio. Like, let's do something. And the friend of C-Note was like, yo, this guy's not fit to be a leader anymore. Fuck him. And this is the same thing that happened with Sammy. Is he? It's so complex. Okay, there's also Dwight Schrute. I think Sammy is loyal. I really do think so. However, I think that he is either he wants the power, he wants to take over the prison. I think that in a perfect world, what he does is he waits until the Chiro isn't fit to be leader anymore. Then he moves in. But ultimately speaking, I think that what he's waiting to do, I think he's waiting for Lechero to give him the reins. However, if he has to overthrow Lechero, he's going to overthrow Lechero. And that's what is going on right now. Now, by bringing people that believes in him, they are loyal to him, not to Lechero. Which is kind of important here. We have a big reveal. Which Whistler has a second apartment. And this one is Gary Miller. Gary Miller possibly is more American name than Australian. I don't know, but it could be. Just a big reveal. We got Mahone, who's in a big, really bad spot. And Agent Lang, I love her because she's really there for Mahone. She sees she's loyal. See, that's the thing. Mahone, what I think, Mahone. Okay, so it's not specified, but what I think is Mahone was a great cop. He was amazing. Then he met Oscar Shell, did some wrong things, and he started taking some drugs to deal with the fact that he killed the man. Because he started taking some drugs, he became a different person. I think Agent Lang remembered the guy that was before. It's like he's still there. Everybody else gave up on Mahone. What was the name of the guy? Wheeler, something like that. Yeah, he gave up on Mahone, right? So there's still him. Even the guy that helps him. It's like the only reason I'm here is to help Lang, not to help you. She asked me to help you, and she's a good cop, so I'm gonna help her. And if I have to help you to help her, I'm gonna do it. But I don't want to help you, which is kind of nice. Wrestler goes in, and he's such a piece of shit because you know when he was to kill Michael, but he acts like he doesn't. This is a really good scene. This is the tenant, the landlord, and the landlord's like, oh, it's good. What he says is, I usually sell the apartment. That way I can do twice the money. But your husband is a good dude, and he doesn't deserve this, so I want to let you know. And then she discovers his passport. Now, why is that important? Because she's going to start doubting Wrestler. And if I believe Wrestler's a bad guy, Wrestler being a bad guy will lead her to betray him, and her to fall kind of in love with Lincoln. And we want to be in love with Lincoln because she's a good person. There's a good scene with her and Gretchen after that. Gretchen comes in and she's like, yo, stop putting your finger there. I'm gonna have to hurt you, right? So it is kind of insane because she's getting close to the truth. Gretchen isn't there, but since she's getting close to the truth, she's like there. So the mad, my apologies. The more mad Gretchen is, the closer you are to the end. They go down, there's another door. So what is that door? This is a tunnel that the people used to use before. It was sealed off, but it's still a tunnel that was important. So it's leading to A and B. And the tunnel caved in. But the tunnel is the closest thing to No Man's Land. No Man's Land is outside of the prison. And we want to go where? We want to go outside of the prison. So this is kind of a cool scene. Now Michael says, hey, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? This is super, super important. Sammy comes in. There's a little bit of power struggle, and he wants to put in people. And as a show of good faith, he wants to give them rum to say, hey, like, yo, this is the life that's waiting for you. If you follow us, if you join us. And the show's like, no, the rum is mine now. And Sammy's like, please, you're gonna make me look like an asshole. It's like, no, I don't care. So he's not willing to budge, which is possibly why Sammy betrayed him, but at the same time, that's not true. So what they're trying to do here is, Lechero is an asshole to Sammy. That's why Sammy's gonna betray him. That's not true. Because Sammy was getting a lot of cigars from Augusto, which possibly means that he betrayed Lechero and was getting cigars. Understand? Next. Wrestler is getting restless. So this is kind of bad. Lincoln worked with Sucre to get a abandoned house. And yeah, I'm gonna repeat myself, but they do a pretty good job. It's not Michael and Sucre, I'm sorry. They're doing a job. This is really cool. This is really, really cool because Lincoln isn't as smart as... Okay, yeah. It's a good idea, okay. Lincoln isn't as smart as Michael, but he's more know-how. So, for example, an engineer, right? You get a guy who's also on the construction site. He's been working there for a while, so he has experience. He fixes here, he fixes there, he fixes here, he fixes there. You know, this is kind of cool. This is sucky. This is really sucky. Because you have the and we just saw a scene. This is disgusting because he's actually a really nice guy, right? He's a really nice guy. He's talking about how he loves his father. He's a really nice guy. He's a kid though. He's 17 years old, you know, and you want to protect him. So he goes in, and I don't know why. Actually, really mean to his father. Really mean to his father. But then you realize I have an idea why. He's addicted to his father. I think that's what he wants to do. He wants to run away. He wants to leave the prison. So I think that is a problem. That is a problem. Always a problem. But what am I to do? Okay. So you have a new warden. And this guy is super important because this guy is a bit more intense than everybody else, right? And he's like, school still. Since you've been here, there's a lot of problem. I think that you're behind a lot of it. Which, surprise, he is. So, I have time to do episode 9. But with the batteries here, I can do one, but I can't do 2. Right? So yeah, we're gonna do another episode and that's it for today. Yeah, well, for now. I'll come back later on. Actually, my phone was too hot, so that's good. That is perfect. You're too hot, and you're at 5%. Okay, so you just need to cool down a little bit. Aha. there. 356. Shit. Don't blink if you're blind. Welcome to our show. Concluding walk to having a wonderful day on this glorious, and I do mean glorious, 31st September 2025. Today we're doing a tire talk for the Resistance. Look at this. This is insane. We are at rank 350, which is the one we did yesterday. Yesterday we reached 354. I finally found something that works. What I'm going to do is, when I'm making videos, we'll do tier 1. When I'm not going to do videos, tier 2. Now, we're going to do some stats for you. It took me an hour 15. We are making 72.44k, which is huge after 4 days. And yeah, we're doing how much? We're doing 43k cash per minute and 1.86k per minute. So this is really, really, really good. I'm probably gonna be up. I don't think I'm gonna be adding something else as a milestone. However, I'm gonna show you when I get the tier 2 milestone. Today the goal is, this is my last day. Tomorrow I have to do some clips, and I usually do some clips while on stream. So this is my last day to do something with this. I'm hoping I'm gonna be okay. But if I make something like 72k per hour, this is good. It takes too long though. It takes too long. Always complaining, this guy. La 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 la. La 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 la. You wanna do you call them?